adding extra credit to a student's final grade or their course grade is not a built-in feature in Blackboard. So we have to do a bit of a workaround, but I promise it's not that complicated. And once you see the concept here, you'll grab onto it and you'll be able to do it in your grade center fairly easily. So right now we have a standard basic grade book here. I've got a few different things going on, assignments and tests, and then at the end I have my course grade. And this is a weighted grade. I set this up earlier. It's a student's course grade, and it's pulling all these different items in, and they are each assigned different weights, just as you're familiar with setting up for your course. But what I want to do is I want to offer the students extra credit. And I'm going to show you how to add extra credit points, so maybe you just offer a certain amount of points. And I'm also going to show you how to add a certain amount of percentage points. So maybe in your course, you can earn, 2 more percentage points onto your grade. However you want to do it, I'm going to show you both ways, and it's the same process. But the first thing we need to do is add an extra credit column. So this is going to be, we're going to click Create Column, and this is going to be a column that's worth 0 points. I'm going to call it extra credit. The reason it's worth 0 points is because we want to make sure that it does not count against any students who don't earn the extra credit. So we're going to leave everything alone, and we're going to click 0. That's all we need to do. The only other decision you have to make is, do you want your students to see the extra credit column? It still is going to be factored into their grade, but do you want them to see that they earned, 2 extra credit points or not? It's kind of, maybe they don't need that information, maybe they do. It's up to you for your class. I'm just going to leave it as yes. I'm going to let them see and click Submit. So now I have my extra credit column. Now, the next question is, how do I add my extra credit to the course grade? Well, we can't add it here. So what we're going to do is we have to actually create an additional course grade column that's going to factor in their weighted total, and this. And this is going to be a total column. So create calculated column, total column. And just for the sake of this demonstration, I will call this course grade with extra credit. You could probably think of a better term, but that's what I'll use today. Now, the only other things I need to do here, primary display, I want that to be a percentage. And selected columns and categories, now here's where the magic happens. What we're going to do is, for this column, I want to take my course grade. This is the weighted column I already have set up out there. So I want that plus extra credit. Okay, so this new column is going to look at what's their current grade and then do they have any extra credit. Okay, so all I need to do is add those two. I'm going to leave everything else alone and click Submit. Now, if you're doing this along with me, these two columns should match. If they don't match, something went wrong. Okay, so kind of rewind and go back through that process. So right now, this column, our brand new course grade with extra credit, is reflecting the student's current weighted total plus extra credit. And I haven't added any extra credit yet, so these are going to be identical. But let's say this student earned, let's say in your course you want to do points, or you offer a certain amount of points of extra credit. So let's say this student earned 8 extra credit points. You could see that really boosted their grade up. That was a lot of extra credit. Now, if you wanted to say, actually, I don't want to offer them 8 points, I want to offer them 8 percentage points. Now, what you have to do a little math here. So what we're going to do is, first of all, you have to figure out, if you don't know, you need to figure out how many total points is your course worth. So if I hover over my weighted total, it's going to tell me right over here. I don't know if you caught that, but if you could see, it says 33.5 points. And if you can't see it this way, you can also go to Manage Column Organization. And right over here on the right-hand side, it's going to tell you the points possible. And I could see from my course grade that it's worth 33.5 points. Okay? So if I want to offer 8 percentage points, I have to find out what's 8% of 33.5 33.5. So I'm going to grab my calculator and I'm going to type 33.5 times 0.08 and I get 2.68. So now I know if I enter 2.68, I just raised this student's grade exactly 8 percentage points. So that's how you set up and carry out extra credit in your course. Now, the last decision to make is, do you want the student to see their grade without extra credit and with extra credit, or just the one with extra credit? If you wanted to hide this one to make it less confusing, you can just click the chevron and then hide from student. And now they will only see this final grade with the extra credit.